Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, and the Akim and Akwaf that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abad Yabah, coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the title of my lesson is Hearing the Word. Now, hearing is defined as able to hear well and not deaf. So when it comes to the scriptures, when it comes to this truth, when it comes to our faith, when it comes to this walk, we must be able to hear the word. And not just hear the word, but we must have faith as well. Because if we're just hearing and we're not doing what the word says, or if we're hearing and we don't have faith in it, then it's not going to be worth anything. So we have to be hearers first. We must be believers in what we hear, and we must do what we believe in. So this lesson is basically letting us know we must hear the word first. We must be hearers of the word. And this comes into context because Yahushua was here to give the word when he was here. And he had many men before him, but when he was here, he was given the word. And they had to hear it. And he spoke in parables, and some didn't understand, but because they didn't understand, it wasn't for them. But those that do understand, as we do, in this truth, and we're able to break it down, that lets us know, that the Spirit is on us, and that makes us hopeful. But first and foremost, we got to be able to hear the word and be able to break it down, be able to understand it to the point to where we do what it says in a righteous way and not be carnal about it, not leaning to our own understanding, but we have to be hearers of the word. So without further ado, I'm going to read my scriptures. And my first scripture is Isaiah 55:11. And it reads, it says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." So Yahweh is not just putting this word out just for the sake of it being out there. He's allowing the word to come through the prophets, to come through the preachers and teachers on this earth to spread the good news. And it's gonna produce fruit. People are gonna come into this truth. They're gonna have an understanding of this truth by what they hear, and as they study to show themselves approved as well and receive it, then they'll be able to teach others. And it's gonna accomplish whatever, and it's not whatever, it's gonna accomplish the fact of waking up the elect and allowing the elect to all be sealed in the time of Yahushua's return. And we need that. We need the word in order for it to do that. We need the word because we know as men, we're supposed to be teachers of the word. We're supposed to be able to spread the word as well across the four corners of the earth. That is our purpose. That is our duty. And that is our, reasonable service. So the word is going to be spread, and it's going to be spread because that's what is needed. Because we have to have the word in order for us to be pleasing unto our Father, because we have to follow what he has for us to do, and we have to be able to live a righteous lifestyle. So we need the word, and the word is coming from Yahweh through the prophets, through the men of the Lord, and it's going to be spread until all the elect are sealed. Matthew 11:15 reads, it says, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. So those that have ears, they should be able to hear the word, but we know that it's not for everybody. We know it's for the elect. We know that is more or less for the Israelites, but we know 2/3 of us are not going to make it in the first go round when Yahushua comes back. But those that have ears that desire to hear the word, let them hear, and allow them to listen and understand of what's, to happen, what's going on in the scriptures, and allow them to develop wisdom, knowledge, and understanding themselves to where they can teach as well and grow up others in this truth, in the right doctrine. We know that there's false doctrines out there as well. So that's why we have to hear the true word. We have to hear the true doctrine and not just settle for what people say is going on and the false doctrines that are out there. Settle for those, because we know that there's plenty of false doctrines out there for us to fall short and be misled and be confused. But if we hear the true word, we should desire to listen and understand that and be on the righteous path and stay on that righteous path. Luke 8:15 reads, it says, but that on the good ground are they, which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep it and bring forth fruit with patience. So going back into the hopeful elect, hearing the word and having the ability to receive it, and when we hear it, then we're gonna utilize that word to spread to others, and that they might come into the fold, and that they would bring forth others. It's a process. It's one of those things where each one teach one. Once you get it, you give it to others. You don't hold it. It's a gift. It's a blessing to have this word, to have the understanding of the word as well. And it's not something that you should just hold on to. You should want to spread it and give it to others, because we all need this word in order to live the righteous life, to be pleasing unto Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And that's the only way we're going to get the salvation, because we have to be on the right path to do so. But if we're steering off and we're doing things the way we understand it to be, and not really have the word, and not be able to hear the word and understand the word and cling to that word itself, then we're going to go multiple ways, and we're going to end up falling out of this truth, and we're going to end up, being a 2/3. We have to have the true word. We have to have the Spirit on us to receive it, and we have to believe it when we hear it, and we have to spread it once we have it, because that's our reasonable service. That's what we're purposed to do. Romans 10:17 reads, it says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh, the Most High. So we have to hear the word first. Hearing the word is the first thing, so that's what we need in the beginning, to hear the word. And then we'll gain that faith as we hear the word. That's what happened to all of us that's coming to this truth. We heard it first, and then we gain faith from it, with the Spirit being put upon us to have that faith in it. And then, the hearing is the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's the word that we are hearing. It's from him. And he uses that word in order for us to be able to do the work, and do the work correctly, and also live righteously. It's all encompassing, the word. It's a living word, and it goes through generations to generation, year after year, person after person, time after time, what I'm saying, for us to be able to utilize it. It's not a time cap on it. It's not just for the old times, and some people will say, well, that's done away with. No, it is still good to this day. And if you read it, and you read it with the understanding, and you read it with the Spirit on it, you'll know that it's not a time cap on it. It's not just for that time, but you can understand it for how you're living today. If you're living righteously, it will help you and guide you and lead you on that right path, and keep you on that path, because you have the blueprint of how to be righteous. and to have that salvation in the end, that reward that we are so desiring to have. So we need the word first. We need to have the true word and the true doctrine, and not be settling for what people are telling us, but know that there's a true doctrine out there that we should follow, and that we need to also spread to others so that they may come into the fold as well, and continue to feed them, to where they can teach others. Galatians, Salakia. Galatians 3:2 reads, it says, "This only would I learn of you. Received ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith?" So the question being asked in this is that, did you receive, the Holy Spirit through the law, or by having believed in the word that was preached by Yahweh Shai when he was here, by Hamashiach? So we know that we received the Spirit, through the word and not the law. So we go by the law, but it's the word that we have, the scriptures, that the development that we got, that we received that faith, that we needed, and the Spirit being placed upon us, to do so. So we needed the word itself. We needed that belief and faith in what Yahweh Shai was speaking, and the other, prophets that were preaching as well, the word, the true word. So we can't get it through the law. We have to get it through the word itself, and we have to believe it in order to receive the Spirit on us to continue on and continue to do the works that we need to do. But we have to hear it. We have to hear the word, first, and then secondly, we get that belief, through the Spirit being put upon us, and then we have to do the work, that comes with it, and that's preaching and teaching, street teaching, doing lessons, anything that will get the word out, and we know we have but a short time left, but we must hear the word first. I'm going to end off in Hebrews 4:2, and it reads, it says, "For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it." So the gospel can be preached, and we know many are getting the word through YouTube, through street teaching, through just conversation, but not all are going to receive it. So if you're not going to receive it, if you're not going to believe it, you're not going to get the benefit of it. You're not going to be able to have what is necessary for you to have that reward at the end if you don't believe. So it's not going to profit you just to hear it, and that's, like I said, there's stages to it. You hear it, you believe it, you have faith in it, you trust in it, and then you do the work. So it's stages to it, but you have to first hear it, and it's going to be to where you can hear it. There's multiple ways that we've been able to hear it, but then we had to believe it as well, and the Spirit has to be on us to be able to do what is necessary and what is required of us to do as believers. So we got to hear the word, people. It's not just for us to think that it's going to come through osmosis, is going to just sit in our lap. We have to hear it first. So, men, we have to teach it. We have to hear it first, and we have to believe it. And that's not how it goes, but you have to hear it first. You have to believe it, and you have to do the work that comes with that. And we teach our wives if we have them, and then they teach the kids. There's an order to it as well. But we have to first, hear it. in order for it to be, trickled down in the stages that it goes from there. So that's why it's pertinent that we hear the word, and we hear the word correctly, in the right doctrine and the right context, and not someone that is leaning to their own understanding, as the multiple churches and the multiple preachers and the multiple doctrines that are out there that are false, that are leading people to their damnation and their destruction. We know that we must hear the true word. And it's not about what somebody else desires for it to be. It's what the true word is, and we have to hear it. So with that being said, that is the conclusion of my lesson. Hearing the word is what we should desire to do each and every day. Hear the word and continue to have faith, belief, and trust in it, because we know only through that will we be able to be saved from this place when all hell breaks loose and Yahushua comes back. We want to be up in those chariots when this place is destroyed. And we know that we don't have much time left. So knowing that we must believe and we must have faith and trust in it, we have to be doing the work as well. And that's why we have to put our hands to the plow and not look back and not take them off as well. We don't have times for breaks. We don't have time to sit around and think of how, we're going to go about it. We just got to start doing it. And if we're not already, and if we're already doing it, we need to continue on and endure to the end. So once again, that's the conclusion of my lesson. As always, I give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. And until my next lesson, Shalom.